So Jimmy Kimmel threatened to beat a guy up last night, which is leftism in a nutshell. First, they get all teary-eyed and emotional, then they hector you, and if that doesn't work, they resort to violence. We'll talk about why it always works that way. Also, Dr. Helen Smith will be here to talk about modern sex and what it's doing to us, and the stuff I like, great directors who started with terrific small crime films. But first, I thought this would be a good day to cover some of the stupid news stories you might have missed because you have a life and don't want to sit around reading stupid news stories. First of all, there was sports radio host Clay Travis, who shocked CNN anchorwoman Brooke Baldwin by saying on air that the two things he believed in completely were the First Amendment and boobs. CNN journalists were united in condemning Travis's remark, saying that it was crude and disgusting to publicly praise the First Amendment, which apparently allows conservatives to just go around saying whatever they want, which CNN believes should be illegal. Personally, when I heard what Travis said, that he said he loved boobs, I thought he was referring to all CNN journalists, though Brooke Baldwin does have a pretty nice rack. Then there's the story of the protest march on Washington by juggalos and juggalettes. Now, you may ask, what are juggalos and juggalettes? Or, more likely, you don't care, but I'll explain anyway. Juggalos and juggalettes are the guys and girl fans of a hip-hop band called Insane Clown Posse. Insane Clown Posse are two men who call themselves Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope. So you know they're terrific. They sing hip-hop songs with lyrics like the one about a guy who went to prison and his girlfriend slept around and thus gave him genital warts, and now he's going to blow her kneecaps off and then strangle her to death. So you know they're terrific. Anyway, the Obama administration, and what may be the only useful thing they ever did, classified these fans as a street gang, and the juggalos and juggalettes wanted that designation revoked. So there was a juggalo-juggalette protest march on Washington, D.C., and you still don't care. Finally, all of us were charmed by a hard-working 11-year-old boy named Frank, who offered to mow the White House lawn and got his chance. If that wasn't cool enough, as Frank was mowing, the President of the United States came out to greet him, but the kid was so intent on doing a good job, he didn't even take notice. Frank says he wants to grow up to be a Navy SEAL. I think it's safe to say that just about everyone in America loves this little guy, except Stephen Greenhouse, who used to work for the New York Times. The former labor reporter for the former newspaper tweeted that President Trump was sending a bad signal on child labor, minimum wage, and occupational safety by letting the boy mow the lawn. Fortunately, since Greenhouse did used to work for the Times, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Labor laws do allow children to do chore-like jobs like mowing lawns. But even if they didn't, Greenhouse would still be a knucklehead who ought to stuff a sock in his mouth to protect himself from his own stupidity. But then, without stupidity, the New York Times would just be a bunch of blank pages. And that's the stupid news. Trigger warning, I'm Andrew Klavan, and this is The Andrew Klavan Show.